Hey there, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Spectrum Talk. Where do I begin this? Hmm. Trying to put this in a way that doesn't sound just utterly terrifying, but also I don't know. Uh, all right. So ever since March, my chest has been hurting. It's been getting worse as the months have been going on. Except it got a little bit better for a while, and then it's just kicked my ass as of recently. I had a theory that there might have been something wrong with my heart. And come to find out there was or is. My other theory was that I had the virus, and I still think I do because I don't know how my heart would have gotten this messed up without it. But I don't have any antibodies, so that's kind of screwy. There's really no way to test me that I know of that can we can find out if I had the damn thing because it's been too long. Though I'm getting tested again today to see if I currently have it because my heart issue might be unrelated, or at least the beginning one. But a few days ago, I almost passed out, and I was in so much pain, disoriented, confused, uh, dizzy, lightheaded, all that good stuff. And it has to do with my heart. My blood work came back, and everything looks great except for my CPK level. What CPK level is when your muscle breaks down, especially really breaks down, it leaks into your blood. And if you have really, really high CPK levels, that means that something's wrong. Usually a muscle has been torn or damaged or injured in some way. All of my muscles feel fine. I'm achy, but I'm not sore in any way. And I haven't gone through some extreme workout other than working, but I'm not sore. And my muscles themselves have been getting bigger, but they haven't built the way that I would have thought they would. There's one muscle, however, that is hurting a lot, and that is my heart. So that is outside of a chest scan or x-ray or whatever. That is the biggest confirmation that something is wrong with my heart. Something is very, very wrong with my heart. The good news is the current advice was to just eat a shit ton of protein because I'm young and it's possible that it can repair a lot of the damage on its own. It just needs help. I don't have the necessary amount of protein to help it, which is weird because I have a very protein rich diet to begin with. Um, Now I got to start eating like a weightlifter, but I can't exactly do the weightlifter work because my heart is damaged. And even though I think it's getting better I felt like when I was doing a lot of cardio and stuff, like at work, doing a lot of lifting, I thought it was making it feel better. And it turns out it may not have been making it feel better. It might have actually been making it worse because it's putting too much strain on it and it's damaged. And if, like with a torn muscle, you don't lift on it, that will not make it better. You need to let it fully heal. So my heart is quite literally broken, which is scary. And I keep trying to stop myself from thinking about it too much because a panic attack sure as hell wouldn't be a good thing to have when your heart is messed up. But I'm hoping that it can heal on its own, because I don't know how. I mean, I've seen if it's scar tissue, they can remove it with surgery, but that's open heart surgery. And hell no, I'm not doing that. I don't have the money to do it either. I'm terrified of getting surgery. Absolutely terrified. I'm kind of terrified of this. These last two Christmases have not been. Well, we haven't got that second one. Around Christmas time, I've been past year or two not been getting the greatest news. Um, it could be worse. It could be a lot worse. It could be something that is going to kill me. But at the current moment in time, I have no idea. It's it definitely hasn't elongated my life, but doesn't necessarily mean that I'm going to only live till my 50s. It's very possible this thing heals and I could live to be 110. There's been people who have lived long lives with much worse. It's not like it's cancer or anything. The problem is, hard disease runs in my family, along with a few other not so great things that make this, um, that make a strong heart needed. It's I mean, everybody needs a strong heart, but if you already have complications, then a strong and healthy heart is something you absolutely need. You're not going to get by on something that's only doing half the job, unless that half is doing pretty great. But if my whole heart's been hurt, um, then that's not that's not good. And I don't really know how to or what to do. I mean, I'm gonna change my diet. I mean, I'm gonna take some stuff out of it, but I'm going to actually be not changing it too much. I'm gonna be going protein heavy as hell. Um, Protein and a lot of water because that helps muscles regenerate. When they've been broken down, they need that protein, high protein, um, in order to build themselves back up. And since the heart is a muscle, the same idea can be used. Um, Good news is all my other blood work was great. I don't have diabetes. I don't have cholesterol's fine. All that stuff's great. Just my heart's bad, and it was fine last year. It was fine even well, I don't know about a couple months ago because I was able to get like real deal blood work for the first time since I have insurance, and it showed that those CPK levels were way too high. And since none of my other muscles are messed up, it's my heart. So that's not great. It's not particularly not particularly great. I really don't know how to combat it. I know less stress. Basically, all the things that I've been trying to do to de-stress my life and make things easier and easier in general, I'm gonna need to do. Um, I'm gonna need to do a lot more of because now instead of it being something that could eventually kill me when I'm older, this something might kill me a lot sooner. This sucks. This sucks. This sucks a lot. This is scary as hell. Um, I'm hoping I had the virus and it hurt my heart because at least that points to something. And this isn't something else that's doing it, like my heart just degenerating for some reason, because that would be terrifying. But if it's the virus, then that means that there was a cause for it and that I can come back from it. If it's something else, then there's still the chance that I could get the virus and it could kill me. That's not particularly great. Not particularly great at all. Just like this bit rate, which is going nuts, but at least it's mostly consistent. 4.4% of frames. Not great, but better than nothing. So yeah, I don't know how to deal with this. keep trying to fly away. I know I've been eating a shit ton of protein since I learned that. My weight's been fluctuating a lot in just the last couple weeks. Some 10 pounds, which is weird, but I think it's a lot of water weight and just stuff from what I'm eating. I'm eating a lot of protein, solid protein. It's not really adding a lot to my waist. But it's fluctuating about 10 pounds or so. Um, Weigh about 219. This time last week I was weighing about 212, and probably sometime during the week I'll weigh about 210, 212 again. Just it keeps fluctuating. So that's fun. it's it's scary as hell trying to process it all. Is is difficult because I'm trying to grasp what this really is, and I know something's wrong, and you can feel it. Trying to figure out what exactly is wrong and how scared you should be, what precaution you should take. Stuff like that is difficult, and sure as hell ain't a lot of fun. But that's what we're at. That's where we're at right now. Oh, I wonder what 2021's gonna hold. So far, it ain't looking great. But I knew 2020 was gonna end badly. There were gonna be some ups, but there were gonna be some downs, and this is one of the downs. So you see what next year holds. Trying to make it through next year. Oh, it's weird to think about because it's something that it's your heart. It's something that you need, and it's to come to grips with that it's damaged. Even if it looks good, even if it's like, well, this can come back from it. It's something that you don't ever really think about getting hurt. And when it does get hurt and you can feel it actually being in pain and how scary it is because you can't lose it. If you lose it, you die. That realization, it's not fun. Kind of the only way I know how to put it right now. Not fun. It's not. It's not fun at all. Just gotta figure out what I gotta do to de-stress. Try to de-stress as much as I can to keep as a life as the least stressful life as possible at the current moment in time. Keeping my current job is gonna be kind of difficult with the stress thing. Though I'm not going to look for another job because there really there isn't anything else out there. Sure as hell isn't going to be less stressful than this job. So, unless this takes off, I'm gonna be stuck at the lumberyard. Fuck. Anyway, Cyberpunk sucks. It still sucks. It's got delisted from the PlayStation Store. Sony yanked that shit after Cyberpunk was like, "Yeah, you deal with the refunds with them. You get the money from Sony and Microsoft." Sony went, "Fuck you," and just took their game off the store. I don't know if they're still offering I don't know if they're offering refunds. I know there's some weird stuff about Sony. I know Microsoft is offering full refunds. They've yet to pull the game from the store. Maybe it's because even though Cyberpunk sucks, it's now an Xbox exclusive. So that kind of went in their favor, but they still have to refund a bunch of people, and they should, or rather, they shouldn't have to. Cyberpunk, CD Projekt Red should refund them. I don't know what the hell's going on with this game. I don't know why it came out in the way it did. Don't know why it came out the way it did. This is so perplexing. Between one game, things got so fucked in just the wildest ways. And the way that I'm reading a lot of stuff, they were allowed waivers. Most games are. But the deal is if you don't, the way the waiver works is you sign a waiver to get past compliance, but you have to fix it like immediately within a certain window, usually within your first day one patch. If you don't, you have burned every bridge with the console manufacturers. Depending on how bad it is, and with Cyberpunk, it's as bad as it can get. They have burned every bridge they have with Microsoft. They have burned every bridge they have with Sony. And what made it worse isn't just that they failed compliance, is that they passed the buck to Microsoft and Sony, putting the refunds on them and not CD. There's a good chance that whatever the hell their next game is, it does not come out on the PlayStation or Xbox. They fucked up bad. It doesn't matter how big that next game is. They have made so much bad blood that it may, but it will have to pass compliance. There will be no waiver offered. The way the waivers work is you keep getting them if you keep showing that you're trustworthy. If you screw up and show that you're not trustworthy, you don't get a waiver anymore. So the next game that comes out is either not coming out on the consoles, whatever consoles will be at that point in time, how long it takes them to make fucking games, or it's going to be the most perfect compliant game ever released by the damn studio. I'm kind of thinking it's going to be the former option. I just doubt the studio is going to follow compliance that well. It's nuts. Oh, it's kind of insane. Like I've never seen anything like this. We've seen Anthem, but it's EA, right? EA was already in hot water and had bad blood with everybody and yada yada yada. We get it. Avengers was interesting, but the difference between Avengers and this is, yes, Avengers is not finished. That game needs another year, at the very least. But I played it on the base PS4. And while I did have some crashes and the game breaking in some hilarious and frustrating ways, when I got to the end of the game, I highly enjoyed it and I gave it a 6 out of 10. The only reason I gave it a 6 out of 10 is I said the story is so good that it gets a 6. And when the gameplay works, when you get through it not being finished and you have the good characters, it is incredibly fun. Gave it a 6. If it had been finished, I think it gets an 8 or a 9. However, if the story doesn't click for you, that game is a 2 because it's just not done. And yes, the multiplayer is not great, but it's just not done. This game is worse. This game is so much worse on the base PS4. It is not only not finished, it's broken and unplayable. Avengers was playable. It was playable. It hurt to play sometimes, but it was playable. And it didn't try to kill me. And it wasn't transphobic. But yeah, so there's some weird shit going on. But we are seeing some just horribly unfinished games get released. And I don't know why. And I don't think COVID is the only thing to blame here. I honestly don't know what's happening. Why they would just put out something that is going to lose them money in the long. It does not help them in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's not like for like EA, right? They put out a lot of games, so even if it's a big tentpole title and it's gonna lose the money, they can recoup that money on say FIFA and Madden and the Ultimate Team bullshit. With something like Avengers, though they have lost a lot of money on that, it's still Avengers. I still think that game can make its money back. Plus, it's Square Enix. They put out another Final Fantasy, they'll be fine. They have ways to make money. Square Enix has its hands and a lot of cookie jars. CD Projekt Red, while they do have GOG and they still make money, what was the last game they released before this? The Witcher 3. They take a lot of time between games. This is their game. They have some published stuff, but like, this is their game. This does not look good on the company. This makes people forget about the greatness that was The Witcher 3. This is bad on a scale that's weird. And disappointment level, people have been saying this is our generation's Daikatana. And I agree, except I'll say this, Daikatana worked. It played. It just wasn't very good. But you could play that game. And the console port worked. It was a downgrade because it was on the N64 and everybody expected that, but it played. Cyberpunk does not work. And even if you're playing on top of the line hardware, you're still having issues playing it. And that's the craziest thing. You're playing on something on GPUs that cost almost $2,000, and it's still breaking. Game's not finished. I honestly don't know how people aren't angrier at it. It's very, very weird. Very weird. And they did some really shady shit. They did not allow them to record console footage or do reviews. All the reviews were done on PC. They would not allow anybody to record console footage. And even on the PC stuff, they wouldn't allow them to record their own footage. They had to use pre-roll. So there was no footage out there pre-release of this game that wasn't approved by CD. So you had no idea what this game looked like before release. You were going off. You were being sold a lie. The footage of the PS4 and Xbox versions were fake. We're coming to find out, either fake or very, very well, no, fake. It's on dev kits. Even if it was for PlayStation or Xbox dev kit, still on dev kit, it was fake because the game does not look like that in any way, shape, form, or fashion. We have the receipts. It was a lie. They knew it was bad. They absolutely knew it was bad. And they put it out anyway. And I can't understand it. Business-wise or in any way. It's dumbfounding. I just can't. I'm perplexed. It's insane. Oh, I gotta stretch. Make me look like I'm hunched over, but I'm not hunched. Even when I'm sitting straight up, I'm not hunched over. But it's like, CD Projekt Red. But I'm probably not ever getting another one of their games. It's you would have thought you'd have bought me for life after The Witcher, but man, you fucked up bad in ways that I thought were impossible. But not for CD. Nope, not for them. They found a way. Life finds a way. It's crazy. Oh yeah, and Saudi Arabia bought SNK. So if you're into fighting games, specifically SNK fighting games, that just sucks. It is owned by a country that executes gay people now. That's great. Like, straight up. It's owned by the prince. I don't know why he bought him. I guess he likes SNK games, but that sucks. That like really sucks. one of the weirdest acquisitions ever. The Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia just up and bought SNK. I wonder how that's gonna pan out. Uh, I don't know. I had a bunch of shit to talk about, but I can't think of any of it right now. I'm kind of waning in and out of. I'm not able to concentrate as well as I want to, and that has to do with my heart. And until it fixes itself, it's gonna be like this for a while. I get confused. Oh, I had problems getting confused easily before, but now I'm getting confused a lot more easily. Um, get dizzy and nauseous, and it just sucks, man. It's like living in a it's like being drunk, honestly. But it's painful, so it's not good. And if I get too overwhelmed, then it gets really bad, and I need to sit down. It gets to the point where it gets hard to read. I know something was bad. No, I tried to play Call of Duty, which I'm usually decent at, and it was like I was on a 5-10 second delay, and it wasn't the internet. It was me. I could see stuff, but I couldn't get my hands to move, or I would just be. I couldn't see stuff. It's some of the. It's insane. It's like being drunk. Your hand-eye coordination and your reaction time, they're just gone. Except there's no waking up from this. I get to get tested for COVID in like an hour and a half. Thought I get to tell me if I have it now. I don't have any antibodies, so I'm guessing it's possible I can catch it again. Because I'm pretty sure I got it once, because that's why my heart's messed up. Because my heart did not hurt until after I got mysteriously ill. So I'm thinking that's what did it. If not, then I got something else wrong with me. Which also just that's terrifying. Knowing is a little bit because then you know what did it. It's not something else in my body that's hurting me that's unknown. It's like, oh, this did it. Okay, then we can focus on the one problem of my heart being hurt. But if it's something else that hurt me, then we have to focus on it because it could be hurting something else, like my lungs. My lungs seem to be fine, and my blood oxygen level's great. So it didn't get my lungs; it just got my heart. That's always good news. That's always good news. I don't know. I guess from now on, I'm gonna have to take notes if I get ideas of what to talk about through the week, and then put them down, and then do the podcast. Because usually I can keep it all in my head and just go, and I can rant for hours about anything or nothing. But now it's difficult to talk. It's difficult to talk, and it was already kind of hard to communicate with the autismo. But fuck, this is a nightmare. Wake up from one nightmare just to go into another one. This sucks. This is the this is legitimately awful. I just hope I can heal without having to do something crazy like surgery. I don't know. I just don't know. What I do know is we're about at 30 minutes. And if the only thing I can ramble on right now is going to be depressing, and I don't want it to be depressing. Just an hour long of depression. So I'm gonna end it here, and I'm gonna write some stuff down. We'll come back with another episode. I could do another overdue review. That'd be fun. Probably not right now. Probably later, because I'm kind of waning. Oh God, that was gas. That wasn't my heart. That was just me burping. Got scary there for a second. But yeah. So I'm gonna end the episode here, of the podcast. And if you enjoyed this podcast, well, I got plenty of other episodes you can listen to. And if you like my voice, you might like my voice while talking to someone else. That was a horrible transition. I'd make videos with my wife 5 days a week over on the YouTube channel, The Autistic Cowboy. My lovely, lovely wife, Joanna. And then I also stream from time to time, trying to become the old streamer. But with the heart stuff, that's going to be, and with the internet issues, probably going to be a little bit less, but we still make the videos. I don't have any videos currently recorded. So that's difficult, but trying to record some today to get them up on the channel. As you can also see the archived VODs up on the channel as well for the podcast and for the Twitch streams. But other than that, I hope y'all have a good day, and I will see y'all in the next one.